All right, folks, we are live on the live stream. This is going to be a fun show. I've been looking forward to this one for a while now. We have Vincent from Exercise Me. I'm a huge fan of the videos that he does. He's basically perfected the art of EDC and has made EDC basically mainstream and cool. He's made EDC cool because for a lot of us, EDC is kind of nerdy, prepper type stuff. But you have a way of just making it so awesome. So I'm super excited that you wanted to come on the show and talk. So thank you.
I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, EDC is just, everyone has it. They just don't know it's called EDC. So I'm just happy to kind of put it out there.
Yeah, I always tell people, everyone has an EDC. Most people have like their car keys and their phone and their wallet. That's basically their EDC.
Yeah.
But you take it up not only a notch above, but really raise the bar for EDC. Where I feel like the Joker from Batman, where does he get those wonderful toys? Because you have knuckle things and all sorts of things I never would have thought of. And do you have people that tell you that their spouses get mad when they hear your voice because they know that their significant other is going to go buy a bunch of stuff? Do you have that?
I get a lot of comments where like just in reference to their wallets, getting mad at the things they want to buy, and the worst part is a lot of things they sell out really quick because there are a lot of small creators I find which is great, and I think some of the most unique stuff you can get is from like Etsy and these Facebook groups that where they create these like almost one-off pieces sometimes or literally small batches. So when I promote that, and then, like by the time they get to it, it's already gone, and I feel bad, but it's like that's the beauty of it as well. It's like it's so unique, and I'm glad it's selling out too. So
yeah, I think it definitely resonates with people, and a lot of the cool stuff is on Etsy because I've watched the videos and I'm like, where did he get that from? Because it's not on Amazon, and it's so I thought maybe for this show we're going to talk all about EDC. I think on this one it seems only fitting. Folks, if you're not already subscribed to Accessorize Me with Vincent, go subscribe right now. It's pretty much mandatory for watching this live stream, and you're going to get a lot of hopefully you're already subscribed on this one, but awesome EDC stuff, a lot of various themed EDCs in addition to the EDC bags or the kits as well, in addition to camera stuff, cell phone stuff. It's just really great. He's also on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram and on a website, so I should have all of those in the description box below. Definitely check them all out. We're gonna talk about production. We're gonna talk about behind the scenes stuff. We'll talk about EDC and how he gets all these wonderful toys. So let's. I guess maybe I was like kind of starting off for these kind of. Actually, I'm gonna say hi to a couple people. Let's see who's out here. So. I know some people were worried I was going to be late on this one. No, we're not late on this. This is from Bear Cool to see cool two YouTubers whom you like. Yes, it's very cool. I'm a big fan, so thanks for sharing. Let's see the crossover episode that no one knew they wanted, but now they don't forget to smash the like button. Yeah, if guys, you're going to want to smash the like button just right off the bat. So EDC checkmate might be too much for this live stream. Yeah, normally we do an EDC check with subscribers, but when we're talking to Accessorize Me, I don't even think we need to do that. So, but someone might EDC check you. So, does Vincent prep? Yeah, we're going to go into a lot of these type of topics. And cool. So here we go. So I thought maybe to start off things, we could kind of talk about maybe the history of your channel on, because I know that you come from I think it's like a video or photography kind of background, because it's pretty obvious with the quality of the thumbnails and the video that you do. But I thought maybe could we talk about how you got into making these videos like this?
Yeah, I actually in school I studied engineering. And once I graduated, but once I graduated engineering, I did zero engineering related work. I went straight into digital marketing, which I guess is kind of like the catalyst of how I got into all of this. Initially, Accessorize Me was a blog. After I quit the digital marketing, I tried blogging for a bit, and I realized I really hate writing. So I made some videos, and it was just like, okay, here's some products that I had on hand. There was really like phone cases, some headphones and stuff that I bought. And I did it on video, and then I reviewed that for a bit. And that was just kind of how it all started. One video went viral, which is like a DIY iPhone case, which was really like the stepping stone of like, okay, maybe this is kind of viable. I told myself that my thought process was, I have an engineering degree. If all else fails, I can always get an office job or something related in the field. So I gave myself a year. I was going to try it out, do YouTube. And I did that, and it just kept growing, which is great. And it just, so in point two, that like I didn't have any photo or video experience, but just through like trying stuff, it just kind of grew from there. And initially, like maybe the first 2 years of the channel, I'd say I did exclusively, I reviewed phone cases exclusively. It was only iPhone cases, which I tell people is kind of the right path to go, is kind of niche down when you first start out.
Totally.
It gives people a reason to watch your channel, people a reason to come back to your channel and know what to expect. And I did that, and then it came to a point where I was like, okay, well, you know, I can only do phone cases for so long. I was at a point in my channel where it's like, okay, I'm growing, but although I love phone cases, it can only go so far, and there's only so many, you know, phone cases I can do where it becomes repetitive at a point. And then I thought that, okay, well, bigger picture, what is a phone case? It's part of your EDC. So I stepped back and I did these EDC videos because I was still able to feature phone cases because, you know, everyone has a phone on them. And then I thought,
stone then.
yeah, and it's like, okay, I get to feature all these other items that I love as well. So I did my first episode just out of the whim, stuff that I, you know, thought that, you know, was cool, and I carried myself, and it just snowballed from there. And then no regrets.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's incredible. It's awesome. It's super inspiring for me, and it makes the videos that you put out there just, it gives me, it gets the creative juices going on. I'm sure it does for a lot of other preparedness channels that make their EDCs, and other just people that watch the videos, because there's stuff that you get. It's just like, I never thought about it. And it either makes a really great gift for someone for their birthday or Christmas, or it makes your EDC completely different than what you might have originally thought. So I'm glad that you went through that. One of the things that I've always been really liked about the channel is you have a very unique style of how you present these things. That it's different than the other kind of EDC type channels, where it's more, you know, a lot of us do like the tabletop where we're putting it on there, or you really go all out with the visuals. And the thing that I like is the kind of the sound effects and the screen. Where did that come from? Because that's my favorite part. It's like the trademark, I think, of Accessorize Me.
Yeah, for me, my mentality when I film videos and when I edit videos is, my one goal is, if you were to watch my video on mute, you would visually know what's happening. Like if you didn't hear anything, if you didn't hear me say anything, you would understand the point I'm trying to tell you. So everything I film or everything I'm doing on camera is always some sort of action. So I very rarely have like B-roll shots of just like beauty shots. And that works for some products and it works for some videos. But for me, it's like, if I'm not doing something, like if you're telling me, if I'm telling you a knife is sharp, I'm showing you it's sharp. I'm showing you it's cutting something. If I'm telling you this material is kind of rigid or stiff, that's where the scratching and stuff comes in. Like, how do I visually show that? And for me, that was like, I punch it, I scratch it, I you know, yank it around. And that sound effect is really what gives you that like feeling of, okay, this is actually like a rigid material or a really soft material, or, you know, it kind of plays into that, because it's really hard to show a soft cloth or something, you know. So for me, it's like, it's making that sound effect to really add on to the fact that I'm telling you this is a really soft, you know, material against your skin, and it feels really good. So that's kind of where it comes from. So everything I'm doing on camera, the goal was like, okay, make sure the audience is always kind of entertained in a way, and understand that, you know, what I'm saying is also what I'm showing you, kind of thing.
Yeah. I love that part of it. I was kind of curious. Are you, because when I do my videos, oftentimes, and I think that's an aspect that's lacking on mine, because I'm doing a voice narrative and I'm doing the B-roll shots, but you don't get the, like when you're opening a knife up, the click of the knife on how that sounds, or the scratching. Are you putting a mic directly up on these things to record that audio, or how do you do that from a production?
So for me, I record everything visually first. I don't have a script. I just have like, I want to make sure I hit like certain features of the product, and then everything I record is raw from the camera. I keep all the sound effects. I just have a mic attached to the camera and everything. So I recently learned that when people shoot their A-rolls and B-rolls, they actually cut out the sound, which was surprising to me, because I always keep it in, and that's how I get those sound effects. and then I voice over that, so it's just an overlay of my voice over the sound effects and stuff. So
yeah,
so everything is like so I have to be in a really silent room. That's kind of the key.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'd hear like the fire trucks and road and other people talking and stuff.
Yeah, I have kids, and they're all making background noises and stuff. So oftentimes I'm recording mine in the middle of the night. So like sometimes,
exactly.
on my audio narrative, if I have a really low voice during it, that meant that I recorded it before everyone was awake. And, and if I sound like this, it's usually in the evening. So, but yeah, that's so folks. If you when you watch the videos, you're going to notice that Vincent, the sound and the kind of the sound effects and slashes and the noises really bring these videos to life, and bring the click of the knife to life, and how the fabric is to life, and the clicking of a flashlight, and all of these little things, these little nuances that you don't get oftentimes by just looking at an Amazon link, or you don't get that sound and in a lot of videos as well. So that's, I always enjoyed that aspect of the videos. It for me, it makes it tangible and real, like it's more of a real product. So well, very cool. So let me say hi to some people. Yeah, Accessorize Me got me into EDC. Awesome. Chris Brown, best accessory reviewer out there. I agree. Like a lot of people cover knives and flashlights and things like that. You have these accessories that are just they're super inspirational. And I think you just recently did a video on a like kind of a latest kind of a accessory haul, I think. So
yeah, I've been doing like mail time hauls because I just get so much stuff, and I can only fit so many into like these curated EDC episodes. So I was like, okay, how do I showcase all this other wicked stuff that just doesn't fit into like a blackout theme or a whiteout theme or something? So I was like, okay, let's just do a huge mail haul, because I literally have enough product to do these like weekly almost. So those have been fun. It's just me just sitting there and opening products and talking about them. So
yeah,
they'd be a lot easier editing as well. So
yeah, here's a question. This is from Apex Prepper. What type of standards are you looking for before you start a review of a product? Like before it makes it on the big screen, I guess. I'm sure it has to go through a little criteria to.
Yeah, no, I always try and use the products as much as possible before it gets screen time. For me, a lot of it is the first criteria is, does it fit the theme? If it's blackout, it's got to be black. If it's whiteout, it's got to be white. The whole character themes, Iron Man, it's got to be red or kind of gold yellow, that kind of thing. And then secondly, even before that, I try and make sure that I'm not buying knockoffs, which is really hard, especially in these these smaller accessory brands and these smaller or even big brands like Gerber and stuff. They always have some, there's always a secondary like small brand kind of copy them. And it's like, I want to make sure I'm not I don't know everything Gerber has. So when a smaller brand copies one of the Gerber's products, I try and do my research and due diligence to make sure that it's not a copy of something. I get called out sometimes, and I take full responsibilities. I try my best not to. That's one of my biggest kind of criteria is I want to make sure people are getting the right credit for what they make, especially when these small creators are making stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, that makes sure it fits the theme, and then it's got to just have a cool factor to it. That's kind of the reason why I started featuring more of these knickknacks and these other keychain stuff. It's there's only so much EDC that can fit in this. There's only so much blackout, so I can only show them so many black knives and black things. So it's how do I make it cooler or more interesting? And that's kind of the second criteria is it's got to be I want that interesting factor where you come to my channel not only to see products, you want to discover products, which is hopefully what I'm doing is finding all these creators for you and finding all these Facebook groups where it's hard to get, but once you get it, it's so satisfying once you have this very unique product. And that's kind of the goal of kind of getting these products. So it doesn't have to be the greatest or sharpest knife. One of my favorite knives is the Slice EDC knife. It's got the carbide, I think, or whatever. It's not a sharp knife. It's not a super fancy knife, but it's made of metal. It's this tiny knife, and these things, they're not super sharp, but they do the job because they cut a box, and that's exactly what I need it for. And it's fun to fidget with. It's this tiny guy. So it's that interesting or unique factor where it doesn't have to be the coolest, doesn't have to be the most expensive, as long as it has a factor where it's different kind of thing too.
Yeah, I find that we all carry a lot of us preppers carry these fancy folding knives, and they could range from anywhere from $30 to a few $100s. And most of the time, I was using those to open Amazon boxes and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So, it kind of felt like that scene from Jurassic Park where he's like, the T-Rex doesn't want to be fed, he wants to hunt. And I feel like I'm not. So then I eventually started carrying like a little razor knife, like this is the Gerber one, just for those Amazon boxes. So then my folding knife could be used for things more fitting of a nice knife. I felt like I was like cheap. I don't know, like I wasn't doing it at service by making it open tape. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's see if people are saying hi over here. Let's see. I've been waiting for this live stream. His channel is amazing. I've been watching for a while, even purchased based off of you. Yeah, me too. Lady Liberty Preparedness. So cool. So yeah, the Blackout is definitely, I imagine that's most people's favorite of the themed EDCs. Is that like the popular one, the one that people, because that's my personal favorite with yours. But
yeah, Blackout is just it's one that everyone can kind of relate to. Like even if you don't like black, you'll like black. You know, it's just hard not to, because it's it fits into everything. No matter what colors you're wearing, you throw in a black accessory, it just kind of works.
Yeah.
So Blackouts have been great, and I personally love the Blackout because it's my favorite kind of colorway to go with in terms of my themes. But yeah, Whiteout like surprisingly does well as well. Whiteout I think is very hard to, in terms of style, is very hard to pull off. Just being, because it's so out there, white.
Yeah.
So with those products, but surprisingly, like everyone has seemed to like the Whiteout episodes as well. But yeah, Blackout definitely the most fun. But I've got a few color ones coming up as well, so we'll see how.
I like that. It's like for like clothing and stuff, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a spring attire, it's a summer attire, and for you've made EDC where you have like your spring Blackout and the winter Blackout, so it's like I'm not into that with clothing, but I'm starting to get into that now with EDC, so, and that's I think that's
exactly.
So.
You swap it around depending on the season.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're just tuning in now, if you're watching the rerun, we're talking with Accessorize Me. This is a Vincent, awesome channel. It's mandatory to subscribe right now, so you got to subscribe, and you got to stock him on all his other social media sites. So you got to go over to Twitter and follow. You see, I'm already following here. You got to go to Facebook. Got to go over to the Instagram as well, which has some awesome photos. And this is like beautiful how they're all filmed. I wish
I appreciate it, man.
I wish I could. This little mint one was one of my favorites that you did. That little Pez dispenser.
And that's one of those things where it's like no one would have thought that was your EDC, but it's such a perfect EDC item. So I love it. Like that's one of my favorite items.
And if I used chapstick, I would get this one, but I never used chapstick.
That was an awesome find. It's so overkill, but it's just cool. It's just
it's like some bulletproof chapstick container.
You're gonna lose it anyways, but whatever.
Yeah. And then just kind of going through all of them. But yeah, folks, check out if you like any kind of gear or EDC, or especially the accessories. That the Instagram channel is the way to go, because you're going to get a lot of ideas. You're going to end up spending money, but make sure you use. If you're going to go buy it, make sure that you go to Accessorize Me and buy it from there, because that'll help up the cost. It looks like a bump cap insert here, which I have a few of those in as well. So yeah, cool. So there's a little shout out there for all of that. Let's see. I was hoping to talk about. You've talked about it in a video, but I like organization, and for me, like you get all this gear and stuff, and like even on my desk right now is a complete mess. But I know that you have some bins, I think, in the back somewhere. How do you keep all these organized, and also how do you select? Okay, today I'm going to go Spring Blackout 2020, or I'm going to go Iron Man today. I was kind of curious on that.
Yeah, I mean,
We lost sound.
Oh, right here.
There we go. You're back.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. So I was saying, I got the huge foldable crates that I love. I just throw everything that gets sent to me. I try and organize it by EDC, tech, etc. And then I have my IKEA Alex drawers, which are very popular on YouTube, and then just a bunch of smaller drawers to organize the smaller things. In terms of like how I pick for the videos, I have a running list of all the video themes that I want to pursue, and I just kind of list the products that I currently own, and then anything that I find, I put it in there. And then whenever I want to pursue that theme, I literally go and order that list of items that I have for that theme, and whatever I have on hand, and then I just go from there. So the key is I always have a running list of videos where it's like one that I have coming up is like a pink blue. If you think like Homer Simpson donut, where it's like the pink frosting on the top, and like sprinkles of blue and stuff. So I have a theme like that coming up where it's just pink and kind of pastel blue. So I've been curating for that. I've ordered everything in. Here's like, it's got like a blue, light blue.
Look at
that thing there. So it's always just a running list, and then whenever I want to pursue the idea, I order. The downside with that is I sometimes have to wait like 2-3 weeks for the products to come in, and then the key is always like I try and get a sponsor for each video, so it makes the video feasible. But yeah, so it's I have 30-40 ideas in the works that I'm very excited for, but is very hard to find interesting and cool things for each one all the time. So
I come from an engineering background too, and so at my day job we use Scrum boards, or we have stand-up meetings and stuff for all the tasks that we're doing. And now for my videos I have like one in the back where, okay, here's this, let's do this idea today, or let's do this one. So that's always cool. People are talking about a titanium theme. Is there a titanium theme that EDC that I haven't seen yet?
I don't have one, but I have it.
It's in the backlog. It's in the backlog.
It actually is in the backlog. Yeah. All right, so a very popular one.
Our brass. So it's in the backlog. You've heard it. You've heard it from him first. Let's see. Yes, a titanium thing would be awesome. I agree. I know the preppers like their titanium, so they.
Titanium's awesome. Yeah.
And they also like kind of like the desert tan look. I like that you have. Most preppers don't have like the all white EDC, but you. So someone says he has 123,000 plastic bins behind him.
I used to have a lot more, and then I moved it all to a storage room. Yeah, because I moved out of my parents' house, which I guess it would have eventually happened, but I moved out because my room in my parents' house was getting too full of bins, so I needed a bigger space to put more bins in. So that's I rent an apartment now that's just full of bins, and then the apartment started getting full of bins. So I had to get a storage space, and I put it all in the storage space. So
I had to do the same thing because I kept getting all these packages from, when you're dealing with vendors and stuff that I order as well, and it was ticking off my wife, and so then I got a 5x10 storage unit with shelves, and now it's just it's filled with this prepping type
exactly.
stuff. This guy is worse than the Home Shopping Network. I've spent so much money, not wasted. This is good. That's money well spent. 201 Survival. That's not wasted at all. Awesome! I'm seeing some friends over here. Dropforge Survival. Yeah, 2 excellent channels together. Dropforge, we got to get you back on the live stream. Let's talk offline. Yeah. We've 2 excellent in one video. Yes. So. Yeah, but Dropforge. Yeah, let's talk because it's been about a year since the last time we talked. This is from Finance Amy Fresh. How do you make your list, paper or electronic? And she has an autocorrect here. So
electronic. I recently switched to Notion from Evernote.
Cool.
I don't know, it just seemed like what everyone was using nowadays. So I use Notion now, and like as I'm coming through products, I just put in Notion. So it's just lists and lists.
Yeah. Let's see. People are talking about a Boy Scout. If you'd like a BSA EDC prepper mix with all sorts of BSA. This is Boy Scouts of America. I don't know if you have like a scouting type EDC either, but people are throwing all sorts of ideas out.
Yeah. No, I love it. Like when people put out ideas, that's the best way to like I can only think of so many ideas. So when people tell me the ideas, that's like,
yeah,
that means there's interest in it, which is
free
great.
Intel. I'm just seeing more. I keep seeing the titanium stuff. People think that you should have a time for a Accessorize Me garage sale. How many of you would go to Accessorize Me garage sale?
Please, that would make my life a lot easier.
Yeah, time for a warehouse. I like this one, Terminator themed titanium. I would be all over that.
Oh,
that Grandma Prepper. That is a great idea. Because I've seen the Star Wars one, and I like all the theme ones. That kind of brought me to another question that I had. Is let's see, let me switch that banner. We'll take that one off. And how do you select the EDC themes based on fictional characters like Batman, John Wick? Or you just you watch the movie? You know what? I think I'm going to EDC a John Wick EDC with gold or something.
I started off with I think Iron Man was my first one, and I started off with just the characters that I love. Iron Man was my favorite. So I was like, okay, let's try Iron Man just to see, because it was so out there and it was so weird. It was so no one's, at least I don't think anyone's done an EDC for a character. No. So I was like, okay, let's just try it and see how it turns out. So I bought the Hasbro Iron Man helmet and everything. I tried to wear the corresponding red colors and stuff. And it's like my thought process was like, if Iron Man was a person, minus the fact that, you know, not Tony Stark, but if Iron Man was like a, you know, like an actual human being walking around, what would he wear? What would he bring with him?
There it is.
So yeah, so I wore that red sweater, and I had the Iron Man gauntlet. So yeah, that was like, so Iron Man was the first one just because I loved it, and then John Wick because I also love John Wick, and I did recently at that time watch John Wick 3. I was like, okay, let's try John Wick. And then Batman because it was requested a lot, but it was also very easy to do for Batman because Batman's all about gadgets. So it's just like, I mean, it just made sense.
For me, Batman's like the ultimate prepper. Like Batman and MacGyver, I think, are my two favorite preppers out there. So,
yeah. And then Batman. And then Stormtrooper was because I had a lot of white gear at the time, but I also wanted to do another character. So I went with Stormtrooper. And so I bought the whole Halloween costume for it, which I wore once for that video. And
I love that one.
I don't know where it is now. But yeah, so I have a few others in the works. Yeah, so James Bond, Black Panther, Captain America, Spider-Man. Like most of the Marvel heroes I do have in the works. But yeah, that's to be continued.
How like let's say that you were going to do a titanium Terminator EDC video. How long from start to finish does it take you to do these?
It really depends. Like I would only ever confirm a video if I had a sponsor for it, again, to make it feasible to pursue it. And I don't get, like, I just get sponsors on the whim. So like if someone comes to me and I try to fit the sponsor to the video for the most part. The longest part of any video is curating. Like it's finding the products that are relevant to the theme, that, you know, like don't suck or aren't repetitive. And I try my best not to use a product that's being used in a previous video, which is extremely hard, because a lot of the stuff that's used in previous videos are really good. Like I love it, but I also want, you know, people coming back to the channel to find something new as well. So I don't want them to always see the same stuff. So it could take a week if the sponsor's like, okay, we need a video this month. I'm like, okay. I literally go through Amazon. I go through all my sites that, you know, Uncrate, High Consumption, Gear Patrol, all these websites that, you know, showcase their products. I look through pictures of Terminator, figure out, okay, well, his you know, broken face looks like this, and how can I mimic that in an item that I can buy? Is there a face mask that kind of fits his theme, or is there a hat that kind of fits Terminator? You know, recently I've been getting into more of the clothing pieces where it's like, okay, hats they're great EDC pieces. So how do I find a hat that's just not a regular like Nike hat or something? Like what's cool about like that's the kind of thoughts that are just going through our minds. Like how do I fit? How do I explain this product as a Terminator product kind of thing? Like how would that fit kind of thing? So anything titanium would work just because it's titanium. But then there's so many other aspects of Terminator that it's like, okay, how do I fit a product into what fits with him? You know, whatever jacket he's wearing, or pants, shoes, anything that's related. Like I'm not a Terminator expert, so I wouldn't even go say like, but I would dive deep into like pictures of him and see like, okay, well, here's something he's holding in this one movie that I can kind of extract and say, okay, this is really Terminator X, Y, and Z, Y. But yeah, it ranges. Like I like these Marvel heroes I've had for several months. Black Panther, I'm still curating so many items for it, like purple and black for him. Captain America, you know, blue, red, white kind of thing. You know, Spider-Man.
It sounds like you have no shortage of ideas for this.
No, that's
I'm hearing almost every Marvel and DC character.
Yeah, but those are the characters that are like most relatable, right? Like people just know them.
Yeah,
and like so.
Yeah, it's it sounds like it's a 40-hour work week just for at least for these things. So
yeah, it's never ending. It's like sometimes I'm just browsing and I'll see something cool. It's like, oh, I got to catalog that. I got to catalog that. And it's just like, this would fit in that theme, or this would fit in that theme. And so it's like, Yeah, those are great. So it's like it's even you. Like I go through your channel sometimes. It's like, oh, you showed the kids this product. This will work perfectly in X, Y, and Z video. Like I go through all these other EDC channels as well, and
Yeah.
I get inspired from so many other sources. I scroll through Instagram. I love Instagram ads because it knows I'm looking for EDC products. I know it'll show me EDC products that I've never seen before, which is perfect. It saves me the work. You know, other people hate it, but I love it. Like,
actually, Instagram does have pretty good ads for like people that like gear. So I never thought about it, but I do appreciate their ads because they're usually pretty spot on what I'm looking for.
Yeah, they target really well.
Yeah, they looks like people are. John Wick's one is killer. I agree it was. I have a Transformers Optimus Prime one. I could see that. This is T.I. Cheetah. Watched Accessorize Me before I started prepping. Love this collaboration. Awesome. Yeah, this is a fun one. Have your girlfriend do Barbie or Wonder Woman theme. I saw people requesting a MacGyver theme. Man, I'm totally backlogged on the messages. Okay, let me do rapid fire. Catch up on messages. Okay, here we go. Do a MacGyver one. People are saying they'd go to Canada for the garage sale. Let's see. Yeah, MacGyver would be great. That'd be. I'd like to see a MacGyver wig. I think on you. I think that'd be cool.
I don't know where that John Wick wig went. I gotta find that one.
Yeah,
I had a long hair one for that.
Let's see. Doomsday EDC for modern. Did they get you have like the coolest face? I mean, because face mask now is kind of becoming part of people's EDCs, and you seem to be able to track down some ones that are not the typical ones.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time looking at face masks. But I try to be very careful on the ones that I showcase and promote, just because it is really like a health matter, and I don't want to be promoting anything that's like not actually good in that sense. So at least I feel the ones that I did show and like share, it's like I would fully trust myself wearing that, and that's like my main criteria. It's like if I would wear it, I'm happy to show it to my audience. And so I have literally 2 bins full of masks of like dozens of different brands, just because I actually buy them and I'm like, okay, is this actually cool? Is this, because that's kind of like the one new EDC item that kind of entered everyone's world within the last year. So it's such an interesting topic for me. I was like, okay, well, what's the coolest one that you can get? But honestly, there's only been a few that have really excited me. Everything else is kind of the standard cloth mask, which, if it works, it works. It's great. I was just surprised to not see more innovation in that field, where it's like it's such an important, at the time at least, it was but at the same time, R&D for like any product takes years. So
you hit it right on the money as far as like the health thing of it. Like a lot of, because my prepper type channels, we've been into like gas masks and stuff for a while, and the N95s, but now it's more it's a lot of people are doing the cloth variations, and I like the criteria that you've had for like I forget the brand of the one that you said that you had recently. It was a black one with a foam kind of insert on the.
Rhino Ready.
That one's pretty sweet. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go spend some more money. So
that one's one of my favorite. It looks cool. It fits well. It allows filters. It kind of hit all the mark. It's really good adjustability. So that was a happy find. Not the cheapest, but it looked cool.
A lot of people are doing like the UV cleaning type stuff for their masks, where they want to reuse it, and then which that could add up too for money. So the prepping penguin is a little bit late, but that's okay. You made it. You're in real time. You don't have to watch the rerun. So we are talking to Accessorize Me live. So if you have any questions, put them out now, because we're going to get them into the real time. People are even talking about Chewbacca. So Chewbacca EDC.
I'd love to dress up as Chewbacca. That would
I'd love to hear the sound. I'd like to hear the sound effects on that one.
The whole video would just be Chewbacca.
Like because you'd always do kind of the ruffling of what's Chewbacca's fur sound like on Elizabeth, a new person. You should know about Accessorize Me. Go subscribe right now. Here we go. You're going to love him. So the links are all there, Elizabeth. So you're ready to go. Elizabeth is awesome. But so. Let's see what else we go. Let's see. I have some more questions. Okay, this is Amy Fresh always has good questions, so I'm gonna move over to that one. What is the largest EDC you actually carry regularly?
The largest.
Before getting to that, I liked you had a recent video where you talked about how your shoes are really an important part of your EDC, and a lot of people don't talk about that. I thought that was super fascinating, that topic, but I don't know if that's the largest part of an EDC. But
I mean, if you would consider shoes, that's probably probably it. Yeah, shoes are, you know, it could be a fashion statement, but it could also be very functional. Vessi's a huge supporter of my channel. They do waterproof shoes, which is when they came to me, they're like, oh, this is perfect, because it's something that not only do I have to, like, it's not just about like, oh, these look cool, or like there's only so much you can show visually when it looks cool, but when they're waterproof, you can do a lot, like functionally, just to show that it's waterproof. So I was like, they're a really fun one to include in videos. So that's, I wear my Vessis every day. Hats would maybe be my biggest one. I'm a huge fan of hats.
Me too.
Yeah, so that's probably the biggest one. Everything else I try to keep small. Just
well, if it's too big, you're not going to carry it. Like,
exactly.
For anything. Like, if you have this humongous cell phone, you're probably not going to want to carry it either.
Yeah, yeah. My phone's probably my next biggest thing, which is just the iPhone 12 Pro. So, nothing too big, other than the sling bag, maybe.
And nowadays, everyone's kind of going like skinny pants look, so you can't really have too much in your pockets unless you want to go full prepper. Where you have like the cargo and the side pockets and the sling bag and stuff like that. But you never go full prepper. Do you consider, because do you do prepping as well? Because I know that you EDC is like a very popular in the prepping community. You do EDC backpacks, but I on your channel, I think that's where it really focuses on. Do you also consider yourself a prepper as far as some of the other aspects of gadgets and gear and stuff like that?
I wouldn't say I'm a prepper. I don't. I think I wouldn't. I don't worry as much. Like I like at the most extreme. I think I like the idea of carrying a flashlight with you, but that's pretty much it. And I think it really comes down to like, it's circumstantial to your environment as well. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like I never feel the need to. But flashlight, even there, is like I have my phone, which is like good enough, but at the same time, sometimes there are situations where it's like I would have liked to have like a dedicated light with me. But otherwise, like, that's not. I really like the idea of the Altoid tins though, and I've actually been like trying to pursue ideas of like, okay, how do I do a video around that where it's like, it's prep worthy almost, you know, it's like up to your standards kind of thing.
I like doing the Altoid kits because for me it's like prepper Tetris, or it's how could I get everything in this little box?
Exactly. How do I find so many like cool products to fit in such a small thing? And you do that so well. So
thank you. I think for like in preparedness, like people shouldn't really prep for a lot of things if they don't have their EDC in order, because most likely you're going to be using your EDC stuff. You're not going to be using your bug out bag, most likely. So I think EDC is like the gateway drug to preparedness. So you're bringing in the folks into getting into EDC, and then maybe maybe I'm going to go Altoids kit now. Maybe I'll make a bug out bag. And now we got them. So so the preparedness community loves your channel. So cool. Let's see, Dean. This is amazing. I love both. Thank you so much, Dean. Let's see. What's your favorite EDC flashlight? That's from Urban Survivor.
At the moment, it's probably the Nightcore. I forgot what the model name is. It's a really small Nightcore.
Is it the square? Is it squarey or boxy, or is it round?
It's boxy, but it's like the really mini one. It's like the mini boxy one. Yeah. There's the two LEDs on it. I forgot the name of it. But that's probably my favorite, just because it's so like, it's just so handy. It fits on your keychain. But it outputs more than enough that I need. But it doesn't get in the way, kind of thing, which is like my key is like, as long as it doesn't get in the way, I'll take it with me.
Yeah. A lot of people, they just use their cell phone their torch on their cell phone. But I like having more power, like Tim the Toolman, I guess. Because it's, I don't know, when you meet a fellow prepper out and about, they usually flashlight, whose flashlight's brighter? So which is fun. That's fun for me. Here's another question. What is the EDC that surprised you the most, or you've been the most happy with?
I think it's just fidget tools and fidget toys in general. I think like when I discovered it, at first I'd probably have the same mindset of a lot of people. It was like, oh, fidget spinners? You know, wasn't that like 2017 cool? You're an adult. Why are you playing with this kind of thing? But then as you really dive into it and like into the whole community of it, it's like, it's really, there's so much to it, and there's so many different aspects to it. Like there's fidget spinners, there's clickers, there's haptic coins and all that stuff, where it's like this was kind of the stuff that I loved my whole life, because I think everyone in general fidgets to a varying degree. And how much you like it. Yeah, it's you're doing something with your hands. But like with these toys, it's like not only it's a very expensive fidget toy, and like you probably don't need to spend that much money for it. Like a clicking pen is usually good enough. But like when you really dive into like these really, they're art pieces, really, to me. And it's like they feel good in their hand. Some are titanium, some are brass, copper. My favorite is Zirc. And it just like, I would not have imagined spending $200 on a thing that just clicks over and over again like a year ago. But now that I have a whole collection of it, and it's like I have zero regrets. But yeah, that's the one probably that surprised me the most, that I ended up just loving, and that's why I try and incorporate it into my videos. The downside is, again, because a lot of it's made from small creators, it's really hard to promote, because it's really hard for others to get their hands on it. So I just promote the Facebook groups and be like, join these groups. When they do a drop, try your best to get it. That's how I get it. So it's like, just try your best luck at it.
My son loves fidget spinners. It has like this, he has them organized, and so I have him watch your videos to get so it's cost me money, but I think fidget spinners, I didn't have them as a kid, but we used to make this little stress reliever kind of balloon thing with sand or whatever they were. So I think for years everyone had some version of their fidget spinner.
Yeah, it's just been around for so long. Just no one's really called it, I think, that name, and no one's really like put like it. I don't think it probably is scientifically proven, but it just helps relieve like your anxiety. It just helps you keep your mind off things. And hard to prove, but once you get your hands, you really have to just try it yourself. It's really hard to explain with these things. It's like if you've never spun a fidget spinner, it's hard to say like what that feeling is like. So
I didn't think that I would like them, but when I've done them, I kind of like this. It brings me peace. So a lot of preppers, or other gear guys, they might flick their knives around, and that's their fidget spinner, or
checking open knives, spinning something, tapping something.
Looks like we got Ham Radio 2.0 on there. Welcome to the show. We got to get you on my show, because I was on your live stream, and we got to return the favor. We'll get that scheduled. So yeah, thanks for dropping by. Let's see. I have some more questions for you, but I'm trying to stress balls. That's what I that was one of my first side gigs in like elementary school. Is I bought a pack of balloons. We filled them up with sand, and I was selling them for $0.25 for stress balls to my friends to make money. So that was the first side hustle for me. So
true entrepreneur.
Yes, thinking I'm buying it. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. We've talked about this. You have so many different EDCs that you featured on your channel. You have themed ones. You have color. You have the Blackout, Whiteout, Batman. You name it. If you had to pick one right now, that's going to be your EDC. Which one would you select? It's your final EDC. It's like your last meal on death row.
That's tough. Yeah,
that's my question, and then we'll get to the other people's questions.
I want to say like it's gonna. I mean, I don't know if it's a boring answer. It's probably the Blackout ones, just because I probably spend the most time curating those Blackout ones. But it'd probably be the Iron Man one, just because like I'm just a huge fan of Iron Man. Like to be able to rep so hard like that. In some way to feel like you're Iron Man. That'd probably be like I'd wear the mask all day.
Cool. Let me copy this. You guys, if you haven't watched that video already, I'm gonna put it in the chat room really quick. Let me go to all. I'm sending it to all destinations, because we're broadcasting on a few different YouTube channels, and we're on Facebook, and so there it is. So everyone watch the Iron Man one if you haven't already, and thumbs up it. So let's see. Okay, we're getting a request for EDC check just right now on what do you have within, if you're on a live stream, what do you have within arm's reach for your EDC thing?
Well, there's the slice knife.
There we go.
Slice EDC folding knife. That's the.
I'm gonna put you on full screen. Here we go. There we go.
The slice EDC folding knife. This one is usually by my desk. I always have this on handy. Nice flick to it. Tiny knife. I I want to say it's carbide is what the term is.
Yeah.
Carbide blade. So it's sharp,
like that.
but like it won't cut you right away. So it's like it's something I'm not afraid to use, which is key to me. And it's just fun to like. It's got a metal body, lanyard hole, which I don't use because it's so nice to hold because of the round edges.
Yeah.
Phone, and I always have some sort of. I don't know if you guys are like if you're Fidlock magnetic clasp.
Nice.
These magnetic clasps, they're just fun to play with, but I'm always thinking of like different ideas to use like different things. So I always break apart products and just have it on my desk. Like this is just on my desk because I'm like, okay, what could I do with this to like enhance something else? So these are fun. Like they're also just magnetic. So I like anything magnetic. Everyone knows is the perfect fidget toy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, I was looking at the background there. It looks like I'm digging all the hats and everything.
Yeah, got my hat collection. Got my I got my bag wall there.
This is we're behind the scenes right now, folks. We're behind the scenes.
A bunch of things that get sent to me. There's the 3 crates that I 6 crates.
Wow,
my Alex drawers are here, which is all like semi-labeled. That's not fully organized yet. The fidget collection is here in this glass case. And then
there we go.
More stuff. You can see some masks that I'm testing out hanging there. Storage. I have a bunch of boxes here because I used to have a Shopify store selling a bunch of stuff, but I don't anymore.
Awesome. Love it. I have the nice blue background here, but if you look at, I don't know if I could turn my DSLR, but it's not one of my better days as far as organization and cleanliness.
It's never a good day here, so don't worry about it.
Okay, great. Well, what's coming up? Is there any kind of sneak peek that we could? What's coming up next on the channel, or is it top secret right now?
I wouldn't say it's top secret. I just don't have it handy. Like I said, so the donut theme, the pink and blue one, that's going to be interesting. What else do I have? Pull out my Notion list here. James Bond will come eventually. I wanted James Bond to coincide with the movie release, but they keep pushing the movie release back.
Yeah.
I think it's in October now or something. So that kind of sucks, but we'll see. So that one's going to be a really like classy, fancy, I might wear a suit, I don't know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's going to be a transparent clear one, so everything is going to be see-through or like acrylic or glass, anything that's like see-through. So that one's interesting. Summer EDC, obviously. And back to school maybe in August. Back to school is a very popular one.
Yep.
Just because of the search term as well. People love to figure out what school supplies to buy.
Yeah, totally. I like your. I think you have like a Christmas shopping one. I that's one of my favorite ones. Why am I not finding it?
Yeah, gift guides. Gift guides are really fun.
Guides, yeah.
Just like give people an idea of like things to buy. And that one's hard too because like a lot of EDC is such a. I don't want to say cheap, but it's a very small item to buy for EDC. So it's like, would I be happy if I got a Fisher Space bullet pen as a Christmas gift? Me? Yeah, I'd love it. Someone else? Maybe not. The
gift that I usually give people is the an Anchor power bank for their phones because everyone has a phone. Everyone runs out of power on it, and some people have the power banks. But I find that every time I get that for someone, they love it. So.
Yeah. Battery banks are a very solid choice. It's just like it because it's tech, but it's also very useful. Where it's like it's just something everyone needs. Yeah, tech wise. Yeah.
Cool. So all right, folks. We got some sneak peeks on some of the things upcoming. I'm looking forward to the James Bond one. You can have a martini shaken, not stirred, would be pretty cool. So, do you have one of those knuckle things nearby within arm's reach, or those things are?
I got a few.
Let's go full screen. See where we're at.
All right, let's pull out a few here.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I don't often see that in people's EDC, and I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean knucks are meant to be knucks.
Yeah,
for other purposes, but for me, it's just cool things that like. So this one's the mixtape.
Look at that.
So it looks like a cassette tape. It's got a bottle opener on the bottom because it's not EDC without a bottle opener. And so this was the brass, I think. So this one's really cool. It's like just a thick piece of brass.
Yeah.
This one's from Cap Tool, I think. The owl. It's got that hex bit holder at the top, and it just holds a lanyard, bottle opener, obviously. And, sorry, Panda. Cap Tools is the Panda, so it looks like a panda there. This is obviously my favorite, the Iron Man. So the head pops out and it becomes that kind of thing. And this is just a thick boy. That one's nice. And then this one recently I got from, and I showed off on the video as well, from PNW Toast on Instagram.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw recently. That nice thing.
Yeah, he told me the material. It wasn't. I said wood in the video. It's not actually wood, and I completely forgot what material he said. But yeah, this feels good.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, and so he made an all blackout one for me because I was like, gotta have the blackout.
Yeah, I guess I've never probably used it in its original design purpose, but it's a cool knickknack.
yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like it's just cool to hold and have on you. But yeah, so it's like that's the thing, right? Like you're paying for these things that are like they don't do anything, but they just feel good to hold, you know?
Yeah, and I think a lot of like the EDC when you're out and about and talking with people, it's a good conversation starter, and I think it could get people into just seeing something cool like that will probably inspire them to improve their EDC, and then they might go the next route and like in my kind of world as far as preparedness type stuff, but just improving your EDC so you're ready for things unexpected. Hopefully you never have to use knucks. But
I really hope you don't. Yeah.
hopefully not. But cool. So we're almost here to the hour mark. It's been flying by. I want to make sure I get a few of these questions in before because I know are you on Eastern time? I forget where.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. We don't want to have you stay up too late. So, and
it's lunch hour for me. Don't worry.
Okay. It's midday for you.
I'm a really late owl. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's when I get most of my work done is after midnight when everyone's, for me, I have kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Here's this one's from Eric Daniel. This is biggest EDC buying regret or most overrated product. Now, this might be you could easily destroy a company with the most overrated.
Yeah. No, the benefit of a lot of the stuff that I get is I don't buy it. Which I'm very privileged to have that opportunity. But anything I bought, I can't think of anything that was like so bad where I like regretted it. And I do want to put on like even if it was like something I regretted or hated, like my goal is not to like tear down any product or company out there. Like I'm sure everyone who creates a product has good intentions. Like no one is out there to create a bad product, you know?
Yeah, I don't feature anything like I don't do bad reviews.
If I don't like it, I'm just not going to show it. That's just.
It just didn't make the cut. So.
Yeah, it just didn't make the cut. And even if it, even if I don't like it, and that the key is like even if I don't like it, I know it's designed for a specific audience, and there is an audience that will like it.
Yeah, it's out there for someone. My grandma used to say every pot has its lid. So
exactly.
Has a lid. So it's going to be for someone out there. Just
and as the creator myself, it's like I need to take myself out of the shoes of myself and take it and be in the shoes of someone who would actually buy this product or would use this product to its full potential. Yeah, and that's what I try and like strive for. It's like so. Yeah. Nothing so bad that I regret. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Normally, when I buy something, I want to research it and check out the reviews, and I know it's probably going to be pretty good.
It's good enough for me to buy it. Like I'm not going to like hate it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really buy something just like splurge buy or just buy it on a whim. I usually research now. So
yeah.
Let's see. This is. Do you do a biker carry? I don't know if I don't know if I've seen a biker carry, but
I did. I don't know if he means biker by like motorcycle.
I'm imagining motorcycle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't ride a motorcycle, so it's kind of hard to imagine.
Here's.
But I guess I'm also not Batman, so I don't know how I imagine that. So I don't know.
Any of you ever met a prepper in a wheelchair? I'm in a wheelchair, and just before pandemic, I bought an all-terrain wheelchair. I have a few subscribers that are preppers and that they're in wheelchairs, but I've never seen an all-terrain wheelchair. That sounds pretty awesome, actually.
That sounds intense. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I like kind of like the all-terrain. I'm a dad, so like baby strollers and stuff. I love the all-terrain type ones, and with the bicycles now. But I haven't seen a wheelchair. But I'd like to. Wayne, send me a link to what you're using. I'd like to check it out. So
yeah.
So you were talking. I love power banks. Yes, me too. Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up here. I have a Tiger Lady, which are expensive spikes. I don't know what a Tiger Lady is, but okay. Mad Max theme. People are requesting that. Okay. That someone's saying the knucks are illegal.
It depends, where you are.
Is this Accessorize Me your full-time gig?
For me, yeah. It's been full-time basically since I left that job out of university. I got like a part-time job in between that. But otherwise, it's been at it for 5 years now.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see how it's resonating with so many people. Like this concept, because 10 years ago you weren't here 10 years ago, and now you're making it. So you're making it again, like I mentioned in the beginning. You're making EDC really cool. So Elizabeth saying I use the clean key. I like the clean key too. Should make one with a mag. Oh, okay. I think they're talking about the knucks there, but. Yeah, there's not that much sun up here in Seattle. So I'm in the Seattle area. Okay, I'm trying to get to the end of the comments over here. I'm a little backlogged on stuff. People are talking about their biggest regret. Let's see, blah blah blah. Do you marriage? What do you regret? No, we're not going into marriage things. Okay. Let's see. People, I think people are just saying hi too. The ugly prepper. What's that's. And then they have their dogs on that. That's
a little misleading.
Yeah. Well, cool. I think I got through all of my questions. Guys, if you're going to ask a final question, now's the time to do it, because it's getting late and we're talking to Accessorize Me. Again, big fan of the channel. If you're not already subscribed, just go do it. What I really like about, as we talked about earlier on in the stream, if you're watching the rerun or if you're watching it live, is that you really bring these items to life in a way that's different than other channels. A lot of people do the tabletop reviews. A lot of people do the close-ups with the B-roll. You have the quick cuts that have the sound, and it's visually appealing. It makes you want to buy it, and you're bringing these knives to life and the flashlights to life in a way that's different than basically any other channel that I've seen out there. And I binge watch a lot of them for a long time. So I just appreciate all the stuff that you do. And I appreciate they even, I wrote you and say, hey, I wonder if he would actually come on the live stream. And then you responded right away, which I was super honored about. So
that was honoring you even reached out. Yeah, I was like, you reached out. And I was like, oh, I love your channel as well, so this makes perfect sense. I was watching you before I even got into the EDC stuff, so I was like, oh, this is I feel like I'm like an elder statesman now on YouTube. But yeah, so people are starting to have the questions. Okay, rapid fire really quick, and then we're gonna wrap this one up, because you should just go watch Accessorize Me's channel and binge watch there for the next few hours. So let's see. Okay, Wayne's already talked about the wheelchair. The wheelchair with the mountain bike wheels, basically, it's called. Okay, I'm going to check that one out. So thank you for that. Most recommended Leatherman. I have my recommended Leathermans, but I don't know about yours. So I'm still a fan of the Wave 2. That was the first one I bought, and it just workhorse.
Yeah. Oh, Magic Prepper, we need to have you on the live stream. Thanks for coming over here. Dropped out to drive an EDC stream. Magic Prepper. Your channel's just resonating too, so that'd be fun. Let's get it scheduled. So, Randy Eager, welcome to it. How much wood can a woodchuck carry for EDC? A wood? Is that a wood EDC? I kind of like that. I've never seen.
Actually, that's one on the list already. So
yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That's on the list. Okay, it's on the backlog. Who did it better, Batman or Iron Man?
I like dressing up for Batman.
Yeah. I used to, when I was in college, my brother had this Batman costume, and I borrowed it, and this is a long time ago, but I used to run in like the girls' dorms as Batman and scare people. But that's a long time ago. That was before social media and stuff. So, so none of that's captured on any video. So, let's see. Will you go back to your mom's colorful bathroom to film waterproofing? That's it. I like. Well, is that from where you did the shoes, the waterproof shoes one? Is that?
Yeah. So what was surprising, apparently, not a lot of people own a blue bathtub.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of comments where it's like, I've never seen a blue bathtub before. But for me, it's like I've grown up with that blue bathtub, so I've never seen anything different. I was like, oh, this is Mars, a blue bathtub, whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess I realized then is like, I guess people have white bathtubs usually.
Yeah, most people do. Yeah.
Yeah, and the tiles are all blue and white and stuff in it. So I was like, for me, it's like that's just like whatever is normal. And then when I started showing it on there, people started commenting on it. And it's
that's funny.
Maybe, yeah. I love that washroom. It's like, yeah. Well, I grew up with that washroom. So.
Yeah, I think it should go on your Instagram page. We should document that bath because I don't think you have the bathroom here at all.
Yeah.
Actually, you have a theme going here. It might throw off the theme with the back. That's super funny. Yeah, I noticed that too, but I never thought to ask it as a question. Let's see, Mortal Kombat EDC. Yeah, like that would be cool.
Yeah, the new movie's released too as well.
Okay, Magic Prepper. More than happy. All right, great. We're gonna book it. Let's see. Paperclip prices are skyrocketing. Prepare while you can. We got MacGyver here. All right, great. So MacGyver's on the live stream. This is great. Let's do final question right now. We're doing final question with Accessorize Me with Vincent. So here we go. Here's the question. What's your current favorite EDC knife? Final question from ENG EDC.
Outside of the...
I'm going to go full screen on this. Here we go.
Okay, let me pull it out and see if I have it here. Oh, yeah. Outside of the Slice EDC, which I've shown all video. Show that one. It would be the Surge... I forgot what the name was.
I like how compact that is.
Yeah, it's so tiny. It's I think it's called friction lock, where it's not, so it locks in place, and it's so tiny. It's blackout, obviously, and I just love the shape of it when it's closed. It's like a little gum cartridge thing, and it's got a clip on it. And for me, it's like practicality. It's small. It's sharp. It feels good in the hand. It's everything I'd want in a knife. And then I got
to get that one.
Yeah, and then I started looking to other Surge. I think it's Panchenko is his name, Surge Panchenko, and he makes these really awesome knives, but they're super exclusive, and he only sells it in the U.S. So as a Canadian, it was very hard to get any other Surge products. But happy I found this one. This one was available in Canada. So this was like my entryway into his like creations and stuff. But yeah, you should check this out. Surge Panchenko.
Okay.
I feel like it's called the Beam, or like, yeah.
Well, I like knives that aren't like super intimidating when you bust it out at work or whatever, like versus some tactical Rambo knife or something.
Like the big fancy knives are meant to be like intimidating, and it's great. Like it has that purpose. But for me, it's like every day, it's like if I'm just opening a box, cutting something, a loose string or something, it's like even my Slice EDC, I'll pull this out. No one thinks this is even a knife. Even if I show this, they'll be like, what is that?
So I think you've already cost me a couple $100 just from this live stream from having, because I'm going to have to get that. I'm going to have to get the knife and a few other things. So, and I'm sure everyone else watching as well is going to be spending some money. So cool. This is fun. It went by really quick and people seem to like the collab. Let's see how this is I carry a shovel for a knife. That's
here it is. It's the Fox knives. It's a really long link. Hopefully it doesn't.
You gonna put it in the chat over here?
Yeah. That's a Canadian store, but you can get the name from that.
All right, cool. Accessorize Me Daily Essentials in Tufts Altoids tin. That's yeah. This has been a blast for me. Thank you so much. It'd be fun to collaborate on an Altoids kit.
That'd be awesome.
I wonder, man. I'd love to see a Blackout Altoids kit. That's my request.
Oh yeah.
Boom. We got.
Have you done one of those?
No, I haven't. I don't want to. I don't want to get your the leg breakers from Accessorize Me coming after me. Hey, you don't touch the Blackout. That's that's trademarked.
I spent a lot of time just looking at tins.
Yeah.
Which are like unless you buy an Altoids tin, which is probably the easiest way to get one. Like I was trying to find different tins out there, which is surprisingly hard to find. Like even on AliExpress, and those guys are doing these masks like where you could buy bulk. It was just really hard to find a cool tin.
I like a County-Com. I think has pretty good tins. They're a little bit more durable. I don't use the Altoids tins anymore. I use a stronger tin. That like the County-Com ones. They're a little thicker on there. But yeah, I find them to be better. Yeah, boom, Blackout Altoids tin. Make it happen. Okay, so As long as your leg breakers don't come after me, I would love to try to do a blackout in honor of Accessorize Me. But if you're going to do it, then I'd be honored to see that too. So
we got to collab somehow around it.
Yeah, I've been. I don't want to say some of the behind the scenes. I'm on a future Altoids kit. I'm working on some stuff that some fun stuff. So I don't want to ruin it. So yeah. Well, cool, folks. We've been talking to Accessorize Me. This has been really great. Go check out, if you're not already subscribed, go subscribe. If you're watching the rerun, if it's the year 2024-25, welcome. We're in the year 2021. Hopefully things are okay for you. Go to the website, accessorize.me. And geez, the photos just, I get super jealous of looking at your photos because I can't do stuff like that. Go to the Instagram, follow on the Instagram, go to Facebook, go follow on Facebook, and then go to Twitter and watch on Twitter. And most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I think you're also on TikTok too. You're all over the place. So, but this has been a really fun one for me. So thanks for taking the time for chatting with my folks about all things EDC. And I'm sure you cost a lot of us money just in this 1 hour that we've been talking. So mission accomplished.
That's the goal. That's the goal. No, thanks for having me. It was fun. Hopefully invite me back soon.
I'd love to. Maybe we could review the Blackout EDC, Altoids EDC kit, and maybe that'll be part 2. So if you're down for that, I'm totally down for that. So
I'm down. I'm excited for that.
Cool. Awesome, man. Well, I hope you have a great night. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Make sure you smash the like button. Before you smash the like button, go subscribe to Accessorize Me. Hopefully, you're already subscribed there. Smash the like button. Stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Take care.